Hello fret freaks, I'm going to do a video tonight, staying away from the Helix and on the acoustic here, the old Eastman E6OM. Done a few videos on this before and it's got the tone wood on the back, so if you want to look at that, go and have a look. I'm going to do a video about learning songs because this year, we're nearly the third week into January 2019, I thought I would learn a new song and something a bit different to my usual Pink Floyd solos. And I wanted to learn the Innuendo. I wanted to learn Innuendo by Queen. I'm a huge Queen fan, went to see the film and it re-inspired my love for Queen. And I particularly love this song. The words, the lyrics are still relevant today. Very powerful song. And I started learning it and quickly realised it was beyond my capability. It's very flamenco style, especially there's a little run in it, which is all double fingers. It's beyond me. But I persevered at it, even though I know I'm never going to learn the song. I'm never really going to play it in front of people. I persevered because it's teaching me new tricks and it's making my fingers do things they don't want to do. The problem with only learning David Gilmour is David Gilmour has a style of playing. I wish I could nail it. So does everyone. Only David Gilmour can play like him. But he has, when you learn a lot of his solos, you see little repetitions. You think, oh, that's a Gilmour lick. And your hands. The more solos I've learnt of Pink Floyd's, the easier it has become to learn new ones because they're similar in some ways. Most of them are anyway. So I wanted to learn something different and a different kind of style. This should be on a nylon strung guitar really for the intro anyway. And it's getting your fingers to stretch. So the first lick is in, it's like an A something or other. I don't know the technical names here, but I'm barring the first four strings there. And then my second finger is on the fifth on the G string there. And it's a pluck the open A, strum down. Now that stretch there for me is very difficult because it is. I don't know why. I did have a car crash ages ago and I broke the knuckle. I had 2 pins in there for ages while it reset and it hasn't touched wood so far. It hasn't hampered. I haven't got arthritis or anything like that. But sometimes I wonder if it does restrict how far my fingers will stretch. But sometimes I think, is it just because my fingers are lazy or because I'm lazy? So when I first started learning this, I really struggled. Really struggled to do that. And also to lift the little phrase here on the E string is, can't do it even like that now, sorry. Okay, or you play the B, you don't play the open there. Okay, so that's the first phrase, and yeah, that's what I'm saying, trying to get both these fingers to lift off instead of going, because I'm always used to doing sort of little runs, but it doesn't there, so. So that I've got, it's taken me a couple of weeks of practicing, maybe 10 minutes a day, half an hour some days. And then the second phrase is down here, and it's a mirror of that phrase, but in this position down here. So again, I'm barring the strings here, playing the open A and a rake, and then the fourth string on the G, the B string. So I'll just play it because I'm not very good at explaining what I'm playing. Wrong. Okay, so together we've got, I'm still struggling with this. Okay, so that's the first bit, and then it goes into the E, F, Now on the Spanish guy who I sort of learnt this from, he does another version of that up here, but I just repeat it. And then A. And again, a new technique I've learned, using all three fingers. So I'm used to strumming or using a pick. I would usually go, which you could get away with, but it sounds better if you pick all three strings at the same time. And I find if you try and pick the B string that little bit harder just to get that B, and then the F. Right, now we're into down, down. This is where it loses me. A minor, and then this chord. Right, so I'm barring, you want to mute the E string with the tip of your finger. You don't really want that ringing out. Then your second finger on the B string, the third finger on the D string, and then your pinky on the G, on the note G, sorry, on the, let's not confuse things, second pinky there. Right, so it's that note. On the A string on the 10th, 11, 12, yeah, 10th. Okay, so that is a version of G. Don't know why, don't know what it is, but it's that. So the chord progression is, but instead of doing these bar chords, he's doing these chords, which makes it's so difficult to get quickly to that. You've got to get you've got to be so nailed on. So that's as far as I've got with this. Anyway, the point of this video, going to make it in under 10 minutes. The point of this video is, don't necessarily learn things that you want to play in front of people. Learn things because they're difficult, even if you know you're never going to use it in a performance or anything like that. Learn what you can, and even if you don't perfect it, already earlier on I was just noodling and I was doing things like that, you know, I was starting to use my little finger more because I've been practicing this. So that's my advice for 2019. I am learning myself. I'm still an amateur, so I'm not trying to preach to anyone. You know, I'm not Justin Johnson or Justin Guitar rather, or you know, top blokes. If you want to learn how to play the guitar, go and watch their videos. But if you happen to be watching my video, that would be my advice. Just learn other people's music. David Gilmour once said in an interview that he just learnt all of the Beatles stuff. Before he was famous, he learnt as much of the Beatles stuff as he could. And then one day he thought, well, I could just write my own stuff. You know, he never had a guitar lesson. He just learnt other people's stuff. And I think the beauty with learning other people's stuff, like me here, I figured out that that was a G because it's a, you know, you can play it there. But when you learn other people's stuff, you're not concentrating on any technical detail. You're concentrating on getting the feel of that piece of music and how to play those notes, particularly with solos, you know, the adding vibrato once the note is bent, not just, it's just feel, you know. So anyway, I am starting to ramble now, 11 minutes, 21 seconds. We'll end it there, Fret Freaks. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, check out my other videos. They should be around here somewhere. And I will see you soon, probably for another Helix related video. I'll try and play it right through for you. see what I mean. Cheers, guys. See you later.